final round of games we go now over in the Gold Cup, with some countries already through to the quarterfinal stages, but others still working at it. Who's going to come out on top? We'll take a little look next. Well, that's right, folks, back once again with another video. Today we take a look at the Gold Cup, that's right, as we see who are going to make it through to the quarter-final stages. What am I talking about? Well, I'll tell you in a second. If you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe and your sub shop for Blackburn Rovers Gold Cup World Football. We're going to all hear under one rooski, that's right. USA are there. Saudi Arabia got a bit of work to do. Canada also looking good at that moment. But we'll get into all of that and more in a second. Big shout out to the members and the Patreons. You know who you are. But anyway, we're going to jump in the deep end and take a little look at what I'm talking about. And what am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about it is this, that's right. It's the Gold Cup, of course, and I'm excited to get into the final round of games. But before we do that, I want to showcase you what happened in the last round with my predictions. My predictions on the left, the real deal's on the right. And once again, we're coming at you ahead of the Canada matches, the El Salvador matches. So we're going to have to go with a pinch of salt here. So what I'm talking about, we're starting with top bins there. Costa Rica 2-1 win over Dominican Republic. I called it, folks. I called it. Got it spot on. Meanwhile, Mexico did beat Suriname 2-0. I went with a draw. Curaçao, Canada, wait and see. Honduras, El Salvador, wait and see. Meanwhile, Jamaica did beat Guadeloupe 2-1. I went with a 4-1. Panama did beat Guatemala 1-0. I went with a 3-2. Trinidad Tobago did draw with Haiti 1-1. I went with a 2-1. And the USA did beat Saudi Arabia 1-0. I went with a 3-2. So these are the current tables as we see it. Mexico are through, so Costa Rica, they cannot be caught. It's all about who's going to come top bins here, and they lock horns in an absolutely spicy one coming at you. Canada doing good at the moment. We'll see how they do. Well, I don't know when we'll see. We'll see if they make it to the quarterfinals. That's what we'll see, because we're into match number 3 now. Panama, they're pretty much there, but they're not. If you know what I mean, they're not there yet, because these two sides have also got 3 points. Panama take on Jamaica, Guatemala take on Guadeloupe. A win for Guatemala and a win for Jamaica will all put them on 6 points. So, woo! What do we do there? And then finally, USA are there. They cannot be caught, really. It's just who will join them. Anyone can join them still. So that group is still wide open. So that's that. We're now looking forward to those next round of games. And we'll start with a trip to group, wherever this is, Mexico's group, which is, Group A. So let's get in the deep end as Mexico take on Costa Rica in the battle for supremacy to who will get the top seed in this one. Coming at the Allegiant Stadium, you have Aguirre, the coach there for Mexico. Top bins right now, 6 points of a possible 6. Just one defeat in the last 6. They've won 5 of that last 6. Up against Costa Rica and a win, Miguel Herrera. They've won 6 on the bloody bounce. That's right. But coming into this, they've played Mexico 23 times. Mexico winning 18 of them. Rica coming into this on the back of 6 successive wins. Now, they played each other 23 times since 2003. 18 wins Mexico, 1 win for Costa Rica. There's been 4 draws between the two sides. The Mexicans have a 4-1 win on the record. They got 50 goals scored against Costa Rica in those 23 matches. That's 2.17 goals a game. Costa Rica have only got 1 win. It was a 2-1 win, but they have scored 22 goals in those 23 matches. 0.96 goals a game. Mexico did play Costa Rica not too long ago, back in July 2023. They came out top with a 2-0 win. They are unbeaten against them over the last 6. It might be more than that, but they haven't conceded a goal against them in open play in at least the last 5. So it might even be more than that. There's a couple of penalty shootout victories here. But basically, Mexico have them on toast right now. The Mexicans also on the back of that 3-2 win over Dominican Republic and a 2-0 win over Suriname. Costa Rica the same, big wins over Suriname and Dominican Republic as well to set them up for an absolute classic. The bookies odds for this one, we do have Mexico 7-4 on for the victory, 4-1 is your Costa Rica, 11-4 is the draw. As it stands, I do believe a draw will be enough for Mexico to top the charts here. So Panama need the win. I'm not going to give it to them. I'm going to give a 2-2 draw, which leaves them as you were. Costa Rica will have to settle for second place. Mexico will be top bins. Let's go to Dominican Republic then. Up against Suriname in the battle to avoid the wooden spoon. Coming out to the AT&T Stadium, Dominican Republic under Marcel Neflef, under Suriname under Stanley Menzo. Now, they have played twice since 2011. Just 1 win for Dominican Republic, nothing for Suriname. There's been 1 draw between the two sides. Just 1 win, though, the last 4 for Dominican Republic. As for Suriname, winless in the last 3 themselves. Now, they have played twice. 1 win for Dominican Republic, 3-1 when it was. They've scored 4 goals in total against Suriname, picking up 2 goals a game on average. Suriname on the flip side, 2 goals they've themselves scored against Dominican Republic. That's a goal a game on average. Now, these two sides last played back in October 2011. It was a 3-1 win for Dominican Republic. It was in the World Cup qualifiers way back when. They started the campaign pretty woeful, though. Have both sides back-to-back defeats. Suriname losing to Costa Rica 4-3, then Mexico 2-0. Meanwhile, kind of the opposite there, or the reverse here. Dominican Republic losing to Mexico 3-2, then Costa Rica 2-1. So quite, narrow defeats, just a little bit short there. The bookies odds for this one, we're looking at Dominican Republic 13-8 for the victory, 5-2 is the draw, 5-4 is your Suriname. Going to go with Suriname here, 2-1 winners for them to end the campaign with 3 points. Something to build on, and of course hoping to move forward in the future matches. Let's get into the next one then, shall we? This one's going to be a little bit tricky. We've got to navigate this. Again, it's Canada up against El Salvador. Now, this match will take place, I'm recording this before their match in this match day number 2. So Canada up against El Salvador. That's coming at you on the 24th of June at Shell Energy Stadium. Canada and Jesse Marsh, as of recording, 3 points of a possible 3 wins out of a possible 4 in all competitions, all venues. Up against El Salvador under Herman Gomez Gamillo. They're unbeaten in the last 5, but they've drawn 4 of that last 5. Now, these two sides have played 7 times since 2009. 4 wins Canada, 1 for El Salvador. There's been 2 draws between the two sides. Canada have a 3-0 win on the record. They got 9 goals scored in those 7 games, 1.29 goals a game on average. As for El Salvador, they have 1 win. That was a 1-0 win, and they've scored 2 goals against Canada in those 7 matches, 0.29 goals a game. Coming into this, the last played back in February 2022. Of course, it was a 2-0 win for Canada. That's right. They won back-to-back of Canada over El Salvador. El Salvador's last win over Canada was back in October 2017. The Canadians on the back of that 6-0 win over Honduras. El Salvador on the back of that 0-0 draw against Curaçao. It's actually been back-to-back draws in all competitions, all venues for El Salvador. Don't have any odds on this one, so it's all about gut. My gut says the Canadians are looking to be very good in this competition. I'm going to go with a 3-1 win. Hopefully that's probably 3 wins out of 3 for Canada and top set. We'll see, though. It might all be wrong when we come back for this one. Next up, we go to same group, but this time it is Honduras. They're coming at you up against Curaçao. That's right. Same match day as the other game. Of course, they're all kicking off at the same time on the 24th of June. This was at the PayPal Park. Honduras under Ronaldo Rueda, currently rock bottom of the group after that spanking by Canada. Again, we don't know what goes on in the next round of matches. Well, defeated the last 5. Up against Curaçao under Dick Advocat, unbeaten the last 6, 92% form for them right now. They sit second, again, as of recording. They played 3 times, these two nations, since 2019. 1 win Honduras, 2 wins Curaçao. No draws between the two sides. Last time around, these two sides played was back in June 2022. It was a 2-1 win Curaçao way back when in the CONCACAF Nations League. Meanwhile, Honduras on the back of that 6-0 loss to Canada. Curaçao drawn with El Salvador. Curaçao are unbeaten in a whole bunch of games. I don't even know their last defeat. Their last defeat was a 2-1 loss to St. Lucia way back in September 2024. No odds again on this one. Go with my gut. My gut says a 2-0 win Honduras. Surprise, surprise. Meanwhile, it's kicking over to another spicy one, must-win game for the Reggae Boys. It's Jamaica. They're going to go up against Panama at the Q2 Stadium. Panama are top bins right now, 6 out of possible 6. 4 wins on the spin over in Group C. Up against Jamaica, they've lost 1 to the last 4. They're on 67% form and have played Panama 12 times since 2004. There's been 7 wins Panama, 2 wins Jamaica. There's been 3 draws between the two sides. The Jamaicans have a 1-0 win on the record. They've scored 8 goals in those 12 matches, 0.67 goals a game. Panama, though, on the flip side, they've got 7 wins, 3-0 win, their biggest, scoring 17 goals in total, 1.42 goals a game on average. Coming into this, though, they last played, it was a 1-0 win for Jamaica back in March 2024. It was the CONCACAF Nations League finals. Jamaica coming out on top with a 1-0 win. Prior to that, it was back-to-back wins for Panama, and of course, they're looking to do that once again. Panama on the back of wins over Guadeloupe and Guatemala. Jamaica lost to Guatemala, but bounced back with a win over Guadeloupe. But it's all about this one now, guys. Massive game. It's 6-5 is your Panama, 2-1 is your Jamaica, 12-5. So it was quite tight in the bookies. Could go either way. A draw might not be enough. I'm going 3-2 win Reggae Boys, pulling it out of the hat. To keep themselves in the competition. Meanwhile, same group, it's the Battle of the G's. It's Guadeloupe, it's Guatemala. It's coming at you the Shell Energy Stadium over in Group C. Guadeloupe and the Jocelyn Angloma coming at you 4th in the table. Back-to-back defeats up against Guatemala under Luis Atina. That's right, 3rd in the table. 3 points of a possible 3. Just 1 win in the last 3 matches. They'll take place. Shell Energy Stadium, they played twice previously. A win apiece, that's right. Last time around they played, it was a 3-2 win for Guatemala back in July 2023 in the CONCACAF Gold Cup. It was in Group D way back when. Will lightning strike twice again. Guatemala on the back of that 1-0 win over Jamaica, and then they followed up with a loss against Panama. Guadeloupe back-to-back defeats, losing to Panama, and then Jamaica, of course, to give them a pretty woeful start in the Gold Cup. But it could still be in it, a win for them, and of course, a win for Panama, and it all goes down to the calculators. 2-1 is your Guadeloupe, 11-10 is your Guatemala, 23-10 is the draw. I've gone 1-0 win, Guatemala, which really puts a right old spin on things. I think it's that means 2 wins for everybody. 2 wins Guatemala, 2 wins Panama, 2 wins Jamaica. So get your calculators out and rubric or whatever. Figure it out. And then finally, we have a couple of games here. USA against Haiti. USA are already through. This is at the AT&T Stadium. Pochettino's boys back-to-back wins against Haiti, and the Sebastian Ming coming at you third in the table, 58% form on the back of a draw. They played 3 times in 2009. 2 wins USA, nothing for Haiti, and 1 draw between the two sides. They last played, it was a 1-0 win for the USA back in July 2021. It was in the Gold Cup Group B. In fact, they played back 3 times in succession in the Gold Cup, and USA yet to lose. Coming into this, the Americans on the back of that 5-0 win over Trinidad, Tobago, and a 1-0 win over Saudi, so back-to-back clean sheets. Haiti did lose to Saudi Arabia, picked up a solid draw against Trinidad, despite a bit of a chaotic match that was. The bookies for this one, though, USA 2-1 on for the victory, 50-4 with the draw, 92 euro away win. USA are going to make a three-peat right here. I'm going big as well, 4-0 win, and then what is expected to be a rotated squad. Next up, we have Saudi Arabia taking on Trinidad Tobago, also over in Group D, coming out to the Allegiant Stadium. Hervé Renard's boys, just 1 win the last 3. Sits second right now, 3 points of a possible 6, sorry. Trinidad Tobago and Dwight York, just 1 draw in the last 3 matches, 1 win in the last 6. They sit 4th with 1 point. They played twice, these two nations. So 2013, 1 win apiece. Of course, both winning 3-1 in those matches. The last being a 3-1 win for Saudi Arabia back in December 2024. The Saudis on the back of that 1-0 win over Haiti, and then they lost to the USA. Trinidad opened up with that 5-0 spanking by the USA, picked up a draw against Haiti. That's right. The bookies for this one, Saudi Arabia 4-1 on for the victory, 70-2 is your Trinidad, and 11-2 is the draw. I'm backing the underdog here. I've got to back my boys here. That's Trinidad. I'm going to go with a 3-2 win, which puts them in the mixer to join the USA in the knockout stages, guys. That's what I think. Let me know your thoughts and opinions as we look forward to those quarterfinals. We'll be back, non-stop coverage, hopefully some more watch-alongs. But until then, I'll see you soon when we return. But until then, we're done.